With more than 3,000 available flight options between Tokyo and London, choosing the right one in economy isn't easy. Some are faster, some cheaper, and some simply offer a better in-flight experience. In this video, we'll compare every major airline, from direct services to one-stop options, and see which will give you the best economy travel experience. We begin by looking at Tokyo's two airports, Haneda and Narita. Most airlines operate from both, usually offering either a morning or an afternoon service. For example, Turkish Airlines flies in the morning from Narita and in the evening from Haneda. Haneda is located closer to central Tokyo, just 13 miles away, with a train journey to Tokyo Station taking around 40 minutes. Narita is much farther out, but a high-speed shuttle service connects it to Tokyo Station in about 53 minutes. For travelers staying south of Tokyo Station or near the Shinjuku area, Haneda is generally the more convenient option. Otherwise, there is little practical difference between the two. Let's move on to your departure terminal. At Heathrow, Terminals 2 and 3 are the most popular and best connected. They are linked by a network of underground walkways to the central railway station, underground station, coach station, multiple car parks, and nearby hotels. The Heathrow Express and Elizabeth Line provide direct services to Paddington, while the coach station offers National Express services to over 500 destinations across the UK. However, restaurants in Terminals 2 and 3 are limited, with a focus on niche and independently run outlets. You won't find a McDonald's or Wetherspoons here. Terminal 5 has the widest range of dining and shopping options. It also offers direct coach services to Reading, Oxford, Bristol, and Cardiff. However, it is slightly farther from central London and less well connected than Terminals 2 and 3. The Heathrow Express and Elizabeth Line run 6 trains per hour from Terminal 5, compared with 10 per hour from Heathrow Central. Terminal 4 is smaller and less well connected. It has its own underground station on the Piccadilly line, but its railway station is served only by the Elizabeth Line, with up to 4 trains per hour at peak times. There are some perks, including a Wetherspoons and an observation deck. At Gatwick, most of the airlines featured in this video operate from the North Terminal, which offers a broader range of dining options than Heathrow's Terminals 2, 3, and 4. Moving forward, let's look at some of the direct services to Tokyo. One point to note is that Tokyo is located almost halfway around the world from London. On the return leg, many airlines continue flying eastward, making use of prevailing jet stream winds to save fuel and reduce flight times. This routing makes it one of the fastest and most cost-effective ways to fly around the world. But the choice of airline can make a huge difference to your experience. British Airways operates 2 flights a day to Tokyo, one on the Boeing 787 Dreamliner and another on the brand new Airbus A350-1000. In economy, both aircraft offer a standard seat pitch of 31 inches, 5 inches of recline, a 4-way bifolding headrest, USB charging, and Wi-Fi. On the A350-1000, you'll find a slightly wider seat and a larger 10-inch touchscreen, compared with the Dreamliner's 8.9-inch screen. The Dreamliner may have the bigger window, but most passengers actually feel better on the A350-1000 after a long flight thanks to its quieter, more spacious cabin. The newer design also handles turbulence better, which means noticeably less movement in the cabin. That's where the positives mostly end. On board, customers should expect a basic meal and drinks service limited, and nothing much beyond what you'd get on a budget airline. And, like a budget airline, the cheapest fares don't even include checked luggage, with bags starting at around £70 for a return. Then there's the reputation. Somehow British Airways always seems to end up in the press, whether it's delays, IT outages, or data leaks. It's not exactly the kind of reliability you'd hope for on such a long-haul route. And that's not even taking into account what the competition has to offer. ANA operates a once-daily 777-300ER flight to Heathrow. Although it's an older aircraft, ANA delivers an exceptional economy experience that consistently ranks among the best. In fact, the airline was voted the 4th best economy class in 2025, and it's easy to see why. Economy passengers enjoy a generous 34-inch seat pitch 3 inches more than British Airways and an extra inch of recline. Seats also feature a 13.3-inch touchscreen and a 3-step footrest. On board, you'll get 2 meals, with a choice of Japanese or Western cuisine, And if you're still hungry, there's a snack selection bar to help yourself. The only downside is the older aircraft design, which pressurizes the cabin at 8,000 feet, 2,000 feet higher than the A350. This can leave you feeling more fatigued after a long flight. This is where Japan Airlines comes in. The airline currently operates two modern aircraft models to London. Both pressurize their cabins at 6,000 feet and offer a seat pitch of 33 inches, 1 inch less than ANA, but still 2 inches more than British Airways. What truly sets JAL apart is its cabin design. These aircraft feature reduced seating density 2Y.2 on the 7-8.7 and 3.3 on the A350-1000, meaning wider seats and a more spacious feel. Economy seats also include a 3-step footrest, allowing passengers to stretch out and relax on long-haul flights. Entertainment and amenities are equally impressive. Onboard the newer A350-1000, each seat includes a 13-inch 4-Kelvin touchscreen, USB-OA and USB-US ports, and Bluetooth connectivity. On the older 78T7, passengers get a 10.6-inch touchscreen, non-4-Kelvin, but benefit from larger windows. On every Japan Airlines flight, you'll receive world-class economy, catering focused on Japanese and Western cuisine. Menu selections are crafted by finalists from the Red UF35 culinary competition, offering seasonal dishes designed to nourish both body and soul. If you're still hungry, a snack bar is also available. The best thing about Japan Airlines is that you can often book these flights through the British Airways website for just a little more than standard BA fares, and in return, you get a noticeably better economy experience. Now that we've looked at direct flights between London and Tokyo, let's rank them. Here's how the airlines stack up in economy, from average to amazing, based on comfort, service, and overall value. Tier list. British Airways. Average and flawed. Basic economy. Extra fees for luggage and occasional reliability issues. ANA. Amazing, but expensive. Excellent comfort and service, though the older planes can slightly impact the experience. Japan Airlines. Exceptional. Possibly the best economy flight you'll ever have. Even better, you can often book these through the BA website for just a little more than standard BA fares. Now that we've covered direct flights, let's explore indirect options, starting with the airlines that typically offer the lowest fares. Air China provides some of the cheapest fares to Tokyo I've ever seen, with prices starting around £440 return. That alone sounds appealing, and it gets better flights can pass through Russian airspace, reducing overall travel time. If you fly from Gatwick, you'll likely be on their brand new A350, which offers the same seat pitch as British Airways, but with a slightly larger 11-inch touchscreen. Heathrow services, however, use the older 777-300, featuring worn-style cabins that have contributed to the airline's poor reputation. This is where Air China's main weakness lies, the soft product. Entertainment options are limited to Chinese movies and television shows, no Western Hollywood blockbusters here. Catering and in-flight service can also be inconsistent, and customer service has a mixed reputation. On the plus side, the baggage allowance is generous. Passengers may check in 2 bags with a combined weight of 20 kilograms, which is included in the fare. While Air China offers attractive fares and faster routing, passengers should be aware that the overall onboard experience may be less comfortable and less reliable compared with other carriers on this route. Additionally, the cheapest fares are more likely to involve a lengthy stopover on the return leg. Similar to Air China, China Eastern has a bit of a bad reputation, but they can offer surprisingly affordable fares. On some routes to Tokyo, fares are among the lowest you'll find, and flight times can be efficient thanks to routing through Russian airspace. Onboard, the newly refurbished economy cabins boast a generous 32-inch seat pitch, a bifolding tray table, a dedicated cup holder, and a 10.6-inch touchscreen. Many flights also feature free Wi-Fi, and best of all, fares include 2 checked bags up to 23 kilograms each. However, the soft product can be a letdown. Entertainment still lacks Western content, and catering is hit or miss with some passengers even reporting gastrointestinal issues. The fleet itself is mixed. On the refurbished 777, 300ERs, cabins feel brighter with upgraded seating, improved lighting, and refreshed touchscreens, making the experience more bearable. But on the older, non-refurbished, you'll notice a much dimmer, noisier environment with dated interiors and basic IFE, coupled with less efficient pressurization, which often leaves passengers feeling more fatigued on long-haul flights. Transfers often connect via Shanghai Pudong, a busy hub where layovers can involve long walks, slow paperwork, and limited dining or lounge options. In short, China Eastern is ideal if your priority is the lowest fare and you're okay with some trade-offs in onboard comfort, service consistency, and airport transfers. Malaysia Airlines is widely regarded as a high-quality airline, operating some of the latest and most comfortable aircraft on this route. However, for travelers from London to Tokyo, it's hard to recommend. The airline currently offers only a single outbound itinerary, which involves 2 overnight flights and a layover of over 5 hours in Kuala Lumpur. Combined with the geographical positioning of Kuala Lumpur, the total travel time stretches to around 25 hours, making it a less practical choice. At a slightly higher price point, you'll likely come across Vietnam Airlines. While not typically featured on the world's best economy lists, the airline offers impressive value for the price. On the London-Tokyo route, they operate 2 787 Dreamliners, usually between 8 and 9 years old. These aircraft feature the imported lower cabin pressurization system, meaning passengers feel less fatigue after long flights. In economy, seats offer a 32-inch pitch, slightly more generous than the standard 31 inches, and include a universal power socket, a bifolding tray table, and an adjustable headrest. Entertainment comes via a 10.4-inch touchscreen, featuring the latest movies and an extensive selection of Marvel films. Passengers can also use the airline's proprietary app to access magazines and publications. Catering includes 2 meals en route to Asia and another within the region. Combining Vietnamese cuisine with Western options, croissants for breakfast, are a particular favorite. On the return leg, passengers have the option of a 90-minute stopover in Hanoi. However, any delays can result in an unexpected full-day layover, as there is only one daily service to Heathrow. A safer alternative is Flight VN 385, which provides a 4-hour stopover. Moving on from Vietnam Airlines, another popular Southeast Asian carrier is Thai Airways. While Vietnam offers modern Dreamliners and competitive fares, Thai focuses on hospitality and onboard service. Due to financial constraints, the airline still operates older aircraft, including the 777-300 that currently serves Heathrow, Tokyo via Bangkok. Despite the age of the aircraft, Thai remains renowned for its in-flight hospitality and catering, consistently ranked among the top 20 airlines for catering. Economy seats offer a generous 32-inch pitch with a footrest, and Thai is one of the few carriers still operating the 777 with 9 abreast seating, giving passengers a wider seat and a less cramped cabin. On the downside, screens are only 9 inches. Cabin pressurization occurs at a higher altitude than newer aircraft, and total travel time stretches to around 19 hours due to the geographic location of Bangkok. Nevertheless, for travelers prioritizing service and comfort over speed, Thai Airways remains a compelling choice. Next, let's take a look at some of the European airlines operating on this route, beginning with Lufthansa. For aviation enthusiasts, Lufthansa still offers one of the rare opportunities to fly on the iconic Boeing 747-8, the modernized version of the jumbo jet. The morning departure from Frankfurt uses this aircraft, but the experience in economy is fairly modest. Seats have a 31-inch pitch and small 9-inch screens. The alternative is Lufthansa's Airbus A350-900, which primarily operates from Munich. This hub is known for smoother, less hectic transfers than Frankfurt, making connections to Tokyo more straightforward. The aircraft itself features mood lighting, improved pressurization to reduce jet lag, larger, higher-resolution entertainment screens, and Wi-Fi on most flights. Despite these upgrades, seating remains fairly standard at 31 inches of pitch. In terms of soft product, Lufthansa is considered one of the stronger European long-haul carriers. Entertainment is broad and well-curated, and catering usually features hearty, German-inspired dishes that are consistent, if not particularly exciting, compared to some Asian carriers. Service tends to be efficient and reliable, but perhaps a little less warm than competitors like ANA or Thai. One standout option, however, is Lufthansa flight LH4912 from Frankfurt. Though sold as a Lufthansa service, it is actually operated by ANA on a Boeing 787. That means passengers enjoy ANA's excellent hard product, including a much more spacious 34-inch seat pitch, footrests, better IFE, and ANA catering, all at the same or similar fare to a regular Lufthansa flight. For those in the know, it's one of the best value hidden gems on the route. Moving on to another major European carrier, Air France operates 2 daily flights to Tokyo. Of these, the evening departure is generally the better option, as the morning flight allows only about an hour to connect at Paris Charles de Gaulle, a hub notorious for its complex layout and long distances between gates. Despite that, Air France consistently ranks highly in economy class. According to Skytrax, it was voted the 11th best economy class in the world, thanks to comfortable amenities, attentive cabin crew, a strong entertainment offering, and quality catering. The airline makes a concerted effort to feature French suppliers in its menu, highlighting seasonal ingredients and regional specialties. Seats in economy have a standard 31-inch pitch, but passengers benefit from the latest 13.3-inch touchscreen IFE, ensuring a modern and enjoyable onboard experience. KLM offers a similar hard product to Air France, though it is generally less well regarded. The main concern on this route is the return leg connection. Passengers only have 55 minutes to make their last flight back to Heathrow. Miss that connection, and you're facing an unexpected overnight stay in Amsterdam. Unfortunately, ITA suffers from a similar issue to KLM. The difference is more clear-cut, though. There are no direct flights back to London that same evening, so an overnight stay in a hotel during your transfer is unavoidable. Onboard, ITA provides a fairly standard European long-haul economy experience, with a 31-inch seat pitch and modest entertainment screens. While you might expect the catering to stand out, many passengers report it as standard or inconsistent. After looking at ITA, we now turn to SAS, Scandinavia's flagship airline. Connections aren't as challenging here, but the airline has adopted a more budget-conscious approach to long-haul service, which shapes the onboard experience. SAS operates its brand-new, stylish A350, A350 on most days to Tokyo. Onboard, passengers can expect a standard 31-inch seat pitch, a 4-way folding headrest, a bi-folding tray table, and an 11.6-inch touchscreen display. Similar to British Airways, SAS has moved toward a budget, long-haul model, so individual air vents and universal power outlets aren't available, just a USB port. Meal and beverage service is limited, though the quality of the food is generally considered high. In line with its budget-oriented approach, SAS instead offers a pay-as-you-go snack shop at the rear of the cabin. Since we've just looked at SAS, it makes sense to turn to another Scandinavian airline, Finnair. On a return trip to Tokyo, you'll not only fly on one Airbus 350, but on 4 of them, making for a consistently modern and comfortable experience. The routing itself is a highlight too, taking you across the high Arctic over Svalbard and past Alaska before descending into Japan. On board, the economy product is broadly comparable to SAS and British Airways, with a standard 31-inch seat pitch, an 11-inch touchscreen, and a USB charging port. The cabin feels fresher than most thanks to its lighter gray tones, which give the space a brighter, calmer atmosphere. Where Finnair really stands out is in reliability and ease of transfer. Helsinki Airport is consistently rated as one of Europe's smoothest hubs, often requiring less time and walking than Paris or Frankfurt. The airline itself has a reputation for quiet, orderly flights and efficient service, which helps make the journey feel less stressful overall. While meal and beverage options remain fairly basic and Wi-Fi isn't free, the consistency and calm experience often make Finnair a preferred choice for travelers heading to Tokyo. Let's move east and look at Turkish Airlines, a carrier steadily growing in status and size. Flights to Tokyo operate on a mix of long-haul aircraft. The 777-300ER, 787, a 330, and the brand new A350. Older 777-300ERs and A330s feel tighter, have 9-inch touchscreens, and no Wi-Fi. The newer 787 and A350 cabins are quieter, mood-lit, and better pressurized, reducing fatigue. Touchscreens are larger at 11.6 inches, and on the A350, passengers can also use a plug socket and connect Bluetooth headphones. All aircraft offer a 31-inch seat pitch, a USB port, a four-way headrest, and a generous baggage allowance of 2 checked bags, up to 23 kilos each. Turkish Airlines stands out for its service and catering, and Istanbul's new airport makes connections smooth, with plenty of daily options. Qatar Airways is often hailed as one of the best airlines in the world, but on the London-Tokyo route, that reputation is a little more debatable. The most convenient flight times usually use the older 777-300ER, which, despite refurbishment, still has smaller windows, lower overhead bins, lower cabin ceilings, and is noisier than newer aircraft. The 777 is also pressurized at a higher altitude, meaning passengers may feel more fatigue after a long flight. You might expect a top-tier airline to compensate with a generous seat pitch, but Qatar only offers the standard 31 inches in economy, along with a 10.6-inch touchscreen. Seats lack a bifolding tray table, and USB plug options are limited, which makes the cabin feel basic compared to other premium carriers. On the plus side, fares include a generous baggage allowance of 2 checked bags, each up to 23 kilograms, and passengers can enjoy world-class catering and the modern facilities at Doha's International Airport. For a significantly better experience, look out for flights QR 4850 and QR 4851 between Doha and Tokyo, which are operated by a Japan Airlines 787, giving you JAL's excellent economy product, including wider seats, footrests, and superior in-flight service. Etihad deserves top marks for its effort on this route, deploying its flagship, a 380 and a 350-1000, through their brand new terminal at Abu Dhabi. On board, passengers enjoy a high-quality economy experience with 3 main courses during meal services and a generous selection of entertainment options. Many of the newer aircraft also feature Wi-Fi for purchase, and each seat includes USB and standard power ports, useful for keeping devices charged on long flights. However, Etihad has a mixed reputation for service. Some passengers report inconsistent or poor customer service, and the airline is known for handling delays, cancellations, and lost luggage poorly. I experienced this firsthand on a 2023 trip to Bali. The night before departure, I received a cancellation notice, which I ignored due to my travel plans, only to find the flight operating normally the next day. And on the outbound leg, the aircraft was swapped from a Boeing 777-300 to a Wamos-operated Airbus. And let's just say that experience became the motivation for this video series. That said, Etihad has emerged from financial difficulties, and service may be more reliable now. One consideration is legroom. Seat maps indicate a standard 31-inch pitch in economy, but seats toward the front can offer up to 33 inches, so choosing your seat carefully makes a noticeable difference in comfort. For one-stop services to Tokyo, Emirates easily takes the top spot. The airline offers the most daily options from London, operates some of the best aircraft in the sky, and is often considered to have one of the strongest economy products in the world. Pick the right flight, and you could be flying on the magnificent Airbus A350 all the way to Tokyo. These super jumbos provide a smoother ride, quieter cabins, wider seats, and better air quality, meaning less fatigue, fewer headaches, and reduced jet lag. And because it's the largest passenger aircraft in the world, there's often a greater chance of finding empty seats, or even sitting at the very front of economy for a calmer experience. From Heathrow, you're now more likely to encounter one of Emirates' refurbished A382nd. These feature refreshed cabins with modern lighting, softer color palettes, and a generous 13-inch touchscreen at every seat. Across the fleet, economy passengers enjoy a 32-inch seat pitch, USB and USB-C charging, a universal power outlet, a four-way headrest, and on many seats, a bifold tray table with a separate cup holder. The in-flight entertainment system is consistently ranked among the best in the world, while the catering is excellent. 2 hot meals, usually with 2 choices each, plus a light snack in between, often a freshly baked pizza. All in all, Emirates delivers one of the most reliable and comfortable one-stop options to Tokyo. And when priced right, it's very hard to beat. I'm very happy to say that Cathay Pacific is back at its best after years of financial struggles and the turbulence of COVID. In fact, in 2025, it proudly won the coveted Skytrax Best Economy Class Award. And it's easy to see why. Its growing fleet of Airbus A350 aircraft offers one of the most comfortable economy products in the sky. passengers enjoy what is officially rated the second best economy seat in the world, with a more generous than average 32-inch pitch, a clever tablet holder, both USB and universal sockets, and an 11.1-inch HD touchscreen. The in-flight entertainment is outstanding, including live sports, movies, and music, with the option to connect your own headphones via a standard headphone jack or a USB lead, something not all airlines allow. Catering is equally impressive, with Cathay ranking second place in the Skytrax 2025 Catering Awards. Expect thoughtfully designed meals that balance Asian and Western tastes, delivered with precision and care. If your flight isn't on the A350, Cathay's Boeing 777-300ER still offers similar levels of comfort. You'll lose out on the A350's advanced air pressurization and humidity systems, which means you may feel slightly more fatigued, and the cabin is a little noisier and more compact. But service and seating remain consistently strong across the fleet. Now we move on to two airlines from South Korea, which generally operate at a more premium price point. Let's start with the more affordable option, Asiana Airlines. They run one daily flight to London Heathrow, which can make the return transfer from Tokyo quite long, around 8 hours and 15 minutes. That said, Seoul Incheon Airport is consistently rated among the world's best, making the layover more comfortable. On this route, Asiana flies the Airbus A350, offering at least 32 inches of seat pitch, a bifolding tray table, a four-way adjustable headrest, a universal plug, and a USB outlet. Passengers also get an 11.1-inch touchscreen with a solid range of entertainment options. Catering features a mix of Korean and Western cuisine, including the traditional, healthy Korean dish, sambap, giving travelers a taste of authentic local flavors on board. Similar to Asiana, Korean Air operates just one daily flight to London Heathrow. The schedule isn't perfectly convenient either. The outbound flight usually allows a sensible 2-hour stopover, while the inbound return involves a longer 6-hour layover. From Heathrow, Korean Air typically uses the 777-300ER, though on occasion you might be lucky enough to fly the jumbo jet 747-800. Both aircraft provide economy seats with a generous 33 to 34-inch pitch, bifolding tray tables, individual cup holders, USB outlets, and universal power sockets. Touchscreens measure 10.6 inches, offering a solid selection of movies, and Wi-Fi is available for purchase on most flights. Catering is similar to Asiana, with a mix of Korean and Western options, while the airline includes a baggage allowance of 2 checked bags up to 23 kilos each. Overall, Korean Air delivers a comfortable, premium economy-style experience, though the long layovers may be a factor to consider. And finally, let's talk about Singapore Airlines, widely regarded as one of the best airlines in the world. They are the only carrier on this route offering 3 solid daily outbound flights to Tokyo. Each service operates a mix of Airbus A350s, 777-300ERs, and A380s. Across all aircraft, passengers can expect a comfortable seat with a 32-inch pitch, 18-inch width, and a screen of at least 11.1 inches. Each seat also includes a universal power outlet, a bifolding tray table, a 4-way adjustable headrest, an individual cup holder, a phone holder, and a USB charger. KrisFlyer members also enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi. Some variations exist between aircraft. Certain economy seats include footrests, and a 380's economy seats are half an inch wider than the others. Meanwhile, the 777-300ERs may feel slightly less comfortable due to dimmer cabins, higher noise levels, and a higher pressurization system. Regardless of the aircraft, you'll still experience Singapore Airlines' award-winning cuisine and entertainment system. However, travelers should note a key drawback. Flying via Singapore adds a substantial geographic detour. This route makes your trip over 3,500 miles longer than flying with Air China, and over 2,200 miles longer than a Cathay Pacific journey, so it may not be the most practical choice if speed is your priority. Now that we've looked at all the airlines, let's put them into our tier list. Air China offers excellent value for money if you don't mind watching Chinese movies and eating average food. China Eastern is a similar story. Malaysia Airlines, on the other hand, suffers from unpleasant flight times and a significant geographical disadvantage, making it hard to recommend. ITA Airways also has schedule issues, though the flights are shorter. KLM is in a similar position, with tight connections being the main drawback. Lufthansa is fairly average. However, if you can snag the codeshare with ANA, depending on price, you might be pleasantly surprised. For Thai Airways, if you can find cheap flights, it's a no-brainer. And the same goes for Vietnam Airlines. Air France was originally in the average category, but on paper, it's slightly above Lufthansa thanks to its engaging soft product. Finnair is average, but offers some novelty on this route with its northern polar routing. SAS falls somewhere between Lufthansa and British Airways, offering a very limited set of features and services. Turkish Airlines provides a standard seat pitch, but award-winning catering and the brand-new Istanbul airport make it a worthwhile option. As for Qatar Airways, you might call it empty promises on this route. The airline is amazing overall, but here the soft product is impressive, while the hard product, seat pitch and cabin comfort, lags behind competitors like China Eastern, which offers more legroom and shorter flight times. Etihad is tricky to place. If the fare is low, it belongs in the great but flawed category due to inconsistent customer service. The two Korean carriers, Asiana and Korean Air, tend to be overpriced and have inconvenient schedule times, lowering their overall value. Singapore Airlines suffers from geographical limitations, but delivers an exceptional experience if you don't overpay. Finally, Cathay Pacific likely provides the best indirect service to Tokyo, thanks to their modern aircraft, refurbished cabins, and top-notch catering and entertainment. That said, don't overpay. Vietnam and Thai Airways offer similar 32-inch seat pitch with fantastic food and hospitality at lower cost, making them strong contenders for value-conscious travelers. I hope this video has helped you pick the perfect flight to Tokyo. Thanks so much for watching, and happy travels!